Conflict. It's just a word. Just a tiny little word that sticks in my throat, that weighs on my chest and keeps me from taking a breath, let alone speaking up. So many words in me, and yet they can be so silent. Those formative years you're supposed to spend arguing to find out who you are, to defend yourself, to claim something, arguing to set boundaries for yourself because no one else can anymore. I spent too much of those years in silence. My mother is a good woman. She did the best she could with the divorce of her scumbag husband, the death of her mother, the gradual collapse of her support system. She did the best she could to raise me, and she did wonderfully overall. But her inability to deal with conflict meant she couldn't pass on many skills to me to teach me how to deal with it. When conflict arose between us, she would give me a look that conveyed truckloads of hurt and anger and go hide in her room, the thick, dark wood shutting out any chance I had of arguing, pleading, explaining. Many of my friends learned how to argue in their families. I learned how to shut down everything but guilt. This made friendships hard. Even simple conflicts, like a friend wanting to hang out after school if I didn't feel like it, I couldn't face with honesty. All I felt I could do was make excuses, endless tiny lies until they wore too thin. Then I'd just give in and do what they wanted. I was super sensitive to others' emotions. If I suspected that what I felt or thought might upset another person at all, I wouldn't speak up about it. It seemed easier to deal with my own misery than anyone else's pain or anger. I didn't trust anyone to deal with my honest thoughts and emotions, so I kept everyone at a distance. I put all my own hurt and frustration in a little box that I only opened when I was alone. I began working for Girls Leap Self-Defense my first year of college. I started because their mission of girl empowerment jived with my feminist roots, and I stayed because of the tremendous support and strength I found in the staff. In my teaching woman role, I slowly became more comfortable dealing with minor conflicts with the girls, like side-talking or bad attitudes. As I've continued on with LEAP, gained more experience, and taken on more responsibility, I've become so much more confident in expressing myself, in setting boundaries, even in challenging situations. LEAP has helped me realize that I am worth it, just like every girl, woman, human is worth it. We are worth supporting, worth encouraging, even when we're not at our best. We are worth being in conflict with because it means we're speaking up. We are worth working through struggle, hurt, and disappointment because our boundaries are worth respecting and our needs are worth meeting. My needs are worth meeting. No matter how small I can make them seem, they are mine, and I need to be ready to value them even if no one else will. My mother is a good woman. I am a good woman. We try our best, and we work to make sure our best keeps improving. Conflict still scares me, especially in the relationships that matter most to me. But the longer I teach others to value and champion their own well-being, the more I trust myself to do the same. As it turns out, the really worthwhile people in my life don't break under the weight of my honest feelings. They know, like I know, that I'm worth it.
Here together.